Hey everybody, and welcome to Partner News Live. Today, December the 4th. My goodness, it's December already. Listen, as usual, we've got a packed show for you. Looking forward to hearing from Shelley. Then we will have a couple of guests that you already know. Noah Weber and Rick Stapp are going to be walking us through CPNzone and telling us again why CPNzone is so important for getting you new leads. Then we'll have an expert, Josh Nzewi. Josh Nzewi will be here from EZE Enterprises, and he'll be telling you about a new way to buy new and used products. Okay, so looking forward to that. But first up, let's say hello to Shelley. Shelley, how are you?
Hello, I am fine. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I can't believe it was just Thanksgiving, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. But you know something, it seems a bit curious to me, Shelley. I don't remember it being such a short time between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, let's face it, Christmas is only 3 weeks away now. Why is that? Why was Thanksgiving so late?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I guess I remember it happening before, but not very often. And it feels like we were robbed a week of the Christmas celebration, because for normal people, not myself, I'm not normal. I celebrate way right after Halloween, but most people, it's the first day of Christmas is on that Friday right after Thanksgiving. Well,
Yeah.
we lost a week.
I always think of Thanksgiving as being, around about the 23rd, 24th, 25th. I mean, it was pretty late, the 28th, I think, last Thursday. Anyways, it is what it is. But I remember last time we were here, you'd already put your Christmas tree up. In fact, I think I still had that photograph. Let me share. So there you are, Shelley. There's your Christmas tree again from last time. Does it still look the same?
Yes, has a few more ornaments, but it basically looks the same. I did change the star though. I found a star that fit the tree a little bit more. So I'm one of those that will decorate, look at it and go, I think this would look better. Even though I'm not going to have it up forever, I really love decorating just in general. And so that part of it, that's my favorite part is the decorating part.
You are really into this Christmas spirit because you sent me this photograph. What's going on here? I can see you. There you are in the middle there.
Yep, there I am. I'm there with the Grinch, and which happens to be Hanson Irving, and he's one of my talent clients, and theater, and Stony as well, talent and theater. Nobody knew that the Grinch was coming to our Toys for Tots event. So even my younger clients that we were singing Christmas carols for Toys for Tots, they didn't even know that the Grinch was coming. It was a total surprise. Yeah, they were a little surprised if you look at the little kid's face, like, what? Of course, Stoney's cracking up because he figured out who it was. I found out earlier that when he left, Stoney thought he ditched from singing, and what he was doing was just changing into the costume. He's like, "Oh my word, I can't believe it!" And they've done musicals and stuff together. But yeah, so he passed out candy canes, and um, the kids loved it. They really enjoyed it. Like I said, the audience did really well. Parents loved it. Parents came and watched, and it just made it something a little more than just caroling. We had more of a variety show, and so yeah. And there's Alicia. Alicia, actually, the one with the guitar, was my student also at a very young age, at 8 or 9, and
Oh,
she and I worked together, and she made it all the way up to top 40 for America's Got Talent. She's one of my big successes. She now teaches music, and is a graduate now. But yeah, it was a great day.
thank you for that, Shelley. Let's do like what we normally do. We'll have our invited guests over the next sort of 15, 20 minutes. And then I know you've got one offer to talk about. You're going to be talking
Yes.
about one talk with a desk phone with internet service, business internet service from Verizon. But would you come back in 15 or so minutes to talk about that offer?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Thank you, Shelley. But first, let's go over to EZE Enterprises with Josh Nzewi. Welcome, Josh.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
So listen, most of our agents will not have heard of your company before, but so please just tell us for how long you've been around and the kind of services that you offer.
Yeah, so we've been around since late 2019, so almost 5 years now. We have a marketplace with electronics wholesalers from all over the world.
Hmm.
We deal with refurbished devices, brand new devices, and used devices. Everything from smartphones, tablets, laptops, wearables, routers, drones, networking devices, you name it, we have it on our platform. We started in
Fantastic.
the space realizing that it was difficult for enterprise businesses to access, especially used electronics
Hmm. Hmm.
that had been vetted and were high quality. And so we built a marketplace allowing businesses to access these devices much more easily. I mean, typically a vendor would go to a place like Amazon or eBay, which may have what they're looking for, but may not have the quantities in which you're looking for.
No, no.
And then with those quantities come pricing advantages as well. So in the last year, we've expanded into brand new devices, where even our discounts, even on Apple iPhones, it's much better than going to other vendors. So we have competitive pricing across the board and offer a wide array of devices as well.
So give me some examples of some of the devices that you have, both new and used.
Yep. So iPhones is, going to be our number one category, both brand new and used. Google Pixels, Samsung Galaxies, MacBooks, Dell laptops, Lenovo laptops, iPads, tablets, drones. We have hard drives, RAM, um, and both in new and used conditions. Yeah, Starlink devices, etc.
Okay. Now, I do know that Verizon is often offering great deals on BYOD. So this sounds like the kind of opportunity that many of our agents, business customers would be interested in having without actually giving dollar prices. In terms of percentages, how much could one of these end business customers save in terms of percentages on, say, a 2-year-old device versus a brand new one?
Wow. On a 2-year device, they may save up to 50%
Oh.
versus a brand new device. So the
So,
prices are very competitive.
so up until now, what kind of quantities are SMBs and smaller enterprises buying from you?
Yeah, so we do quantities across the board. We have businesses that will come and buy one device from us. We've had businesses that have purchased 25,000 devices at a time. So it's quite an array of different quantities that we fulfill. We're doing this with flexibility in mind, right? So realizing that different businesses of different sizes have different needs, and so we want to work with everyone with what they're looking for, and if we can provide larger quantities, we'll do that.
Okay. Talk to me, please, Josh, about supply chain. I mean, are you keeping this? Are you keeping these inventories in a specific warehouse somewhere in the US?
So no, so we're a marketplace, very similar to like an eBay. We don't house the devices ourselves. The way that we work is the devices actually pass through us. So our sellers on the platform are global. We have a number of sellers, mostly located in the United States, and then we have a growing number of sellers located in Hong Kong. These sellers will list their devices on our platform. We've done grade mapping with them just to make sure that grading and quality of the devices is up to the conditions that we've set. Those devices actually physically pass through our warehouse facilities. So we will receive those devices when an order is placed. We'll test
Hmm.
those devices, and we will make sure that they work well, but then also pass on cosmetics. I think a lot of issues that people have had in the past with especially with used devices, is not getting the quality that you were expecting, right? So you going on eBay and buying a device that was advertised as, spotless or pristine condition, and when you received it, you had scratches and dents and blemishes on it. So that's one thing that we're looking to correct in this space.
Okay.
So the devices physically come pass through our facilities. In the case that a device does not meet the expected quality, we will actually return those devices to our supplier and replace them with other devices. So we have lots of suppliers on the platform that offer the same device. And so we're able to quickly get replacements if needed.
So, Josh, what kind of time scale are we talking about between ordering and having the device shipped to either to the partner agent themselves or directly to the business customer?
Yep. So these things will all depend on availability, but then also where the supplier is located, and how fast the buyer needs delivery. So deliveries can happen as fast as 2 days, or it may take up to 5 business days to be delivered.
Okay, so it's coming to your people. Your people are inspecting the hardware to make sure it's the particular standard that's been asked for and quoted for
Exactly.
on the website, and then you're shipping directly either to the partner or to the partner's end customer,
Exactly. Exactly.
depending on their preference, whatever the agent's preference is. So, Josh, listen, would you take a moment, please, just to give us a quick guided tour of your website so the agents know what to expect?
Sure. So when you come onto our platform, there are a number of different categories that we provide. As I mentioned before, we're dealing with everything from smartphones, tablets, um, laptops, headphones, gaming. We've started bringing on accessories, graphics cards, monitors, and then networking devices as well.
Most
Um,
interesting. Hmm.
you come on the platform, we really push sustainability. So by purchasing used or refurbished electronics, you're keeping electronics out of landfills, but also limiting the production of brand new devices as well. So it's almost contributing twofold when you're purchasing a refurbished device. But some here we have some of the savings that someone would expect, right? So an iPhone 14 Pro, this is about 2 years old. You would save almost $300 against MSRP. Uh,
Okay.
and then you can come and click into any one of these different categories. We have all sorts of devices. Here we have Galaxy A35. You're saving almost $75 on that device. And then we have numerous devices that we're offering: iPhone 16s, iPhone 15, 14, just you name it, we have it on the platform in used and brand new condition.
Okay. If it's new, you mentioned you might still be able to give a discount for quantities.
Yes, yes. So even here, you'll see this brand new iPhone 16 Pro 256. It's starting at 1070, whereas MSRP is 1099. So even for a brand new iPhone, we have discounts on them as well.
So another question that folks are going to ask us is your site exclusive only on a business to business basis? In other words, is your site open to ordinary, retail customers, the ones that are looking on eBay and Amazon?
So it is open to normal retail customers, although we focus primarily on businesses, right? So if you have a customer that is like a retail store or smaller, we can definitely cater to them, but we primarily focus on businesses.
Do you have any technical help with setup? Should someone, should an end customer have difficulties provisioning or setting up a particular device? Let's say a networking device you mentioned.
Yeah, for sure. So we do staging and kitting. We'll do ABM enrollment, Knox enrollment for our customers. If they have a special MDM that they're using, we partner with Scale Fusion, which has been an amazing one. We can help with the with that process. That's definitely something that we can help with if it's needed.
Let's say that we have an agent who is very good at selling, but a little bit light on knowledge of a specific device. Let's say it's an unusual, it's a device they don't normally sell.
Right.
Could they invite one of your team to come on to a three-way call with the end customer to try and close that sale?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, we encourage that. Right.
Okay, good.
A lot of the time, a lot of times enterprise businesses will have an idea of what they want, but they're not sure exactly what they want, right? And so they need a little guidance and hand holding to identify the right option. So we are more than happy to assist any agent with closing a client or giving their customer more information on a device that they're interested in.
Mhm. Now, we do have a microsite web page or three on my ConectUS about EZE, but of course, ultimately, our agents are going to send their business customers to your website, the one that you just showed us a moment or two ago. Can you walk me through the process of how an order would be placed either by the agent or by the business customer directly?
Yeah. So there are two ways in which we can do this. Number one is you can reach out to us directly via email. Um, in the email, you will just reach out and you'll let us know what device you're looking for. If there's a price range, if the customer's not quite sure, and we'll come back with options on those devices. And then an ETA, so a delivery time frame. Alternatively, those customers can come directly to our platform. The devices that are listed are ready to ship, and they'll have the ETAs listed on the checkout. And so that customer can come and check out themselves. It's a simple process. They put in their information, email address, phone number, and then their shipping address. When they're signing up, though, they'll need to indicate who is the agent that referred them to us, just so we know where to pay the commissions to, right? So we want to make sure that everyone here is, benefiting from our services. So when you sign up, or when they sign up, we'll just need to make sure that they are letting us know who that agent is.
Now, this is something, Josh, that's going to be very important to our agents. How can our agent be sure that the end customer will check that box and put in these details about their agent representative rather than, say, behaving like a retail customer?
Yeah. So it's a little tricky. We're thinking through ways in which we can make sure that they do this, because we have other customers coming to our platform that are not being referred by agents. So we can't make it like a mandatory field for them to give us an agent's information if that wasn't how they found us. But if the agent were to reach out to us and let us know, hey, I have XYZ customer that's going to be, placing an order on your platform, that's something that we can look out for. And then I think, if that's something that is of concern, an email to us directly, just requesting a quote is probably the best way to go about it. But we are thinking through some ways where we can request that information. One thing that we're actually thinking about is we'll have a dedicated ConectUS page that an agent can refer the customer to. And on that page, it'll be required for them to fill out the information of the agent. That's something that we're building out and is not available right now. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make sure, or Rick Stapp will make sure via our usual MailChimp, and of course on this program in future episodes, we'll make sure that our agents know how, where that web page is and how to go about that procedure. For now though, Josh, would you share with everybody just verbally the email address to get directly in contact with you?
Yes. So that email address is sales at ezeenterprise.com. So sales at ezeenterprise.com. And that'll be on the page as well, so that you guys can easily find that.
Hey Josh, earlier when we were talking, you were talking about an API and potentially white labeling your services for our partners. Can you tell me more about these plans?
Yep, that's correct. So we have an API that's available now. So if you have an existing platform or website, you can actually pull the feed directly from our platform, all of our prices, the MSRP, all the stock that we have, and then your customers can come directly to your platform to procure. We'll do all the fulfillment on the back end, just as if you're ordering from us on our platform. But it's a way that we can enable IT procurement for agents. The next step of this that we're taking is we're creating a white labeled shop page experience. And this allows anyone that has a website to offer IT hardware procurement. So the way that it would work is basically a clone of our platform. You would be able to configure it with your colors and your own logo. Customers will come onto that platform. They would check out, the payment would be received by EZE, and we would do all the fulfillment on the back end. So it would be, almost a zero touch way to enable IT hardware procurement, where EZE is doing all the fulfillment and order placement on the back end.
I will make sure that people hear about this API. We'll write to them and let them know some more details and how to link to your website. But will you come back soon and talk about the white labeling option once it's ready to roll?
Yes, absolutely. So we intend to have that available by mid Q1 next year. And I think that'll be a great way for people just to
Hmm.
be able to turn on IT hardware procurement for their businesses.
Fantastic. Josh and Nzewi, for now, look forward to next time. But for now, thank you so much for
Yeah,
coming
thanks for
on
having me. Thanks
the
for having me. It
program.
was a pleasure.
And as I promised, we've got Noah Weber and Rick Stapp waiting to tell us about CPNzone. Now, you'll remember we already gave you advance notice that CPNzone was, coming in due course, but it's pretty much ready for prime time now. So I'm going to ask Noah and Rick, what's it all about? Let's start with you, Rick. What's the purpose of CPNzone, please?
We came up with this idea a few months ago about a website that could hold technology solutions that are easy for end users, businesses to find. In other words, it's similar to like Expedia. When you say, "Hey, I want to fly to, Cleveland," and it gives you all the different. Here's Delta. Here's American. Here's Southwest, and it gives you an option. And we were talking and saying, we've never really seen a technology version of this. So what we're aiming to do is, our agents might remember last year that we had a lead program where we supplied cold leads and a platform where you could pull them from, work them on a live document, and and sell them and close them. But that didn't work out really well. So that's what this program's for. This is to generate leads for our agents. And you might be receiving a phone call or an email or both from Melissa Rogers. She's our project manager. And she is going to be asking every single agent to list out the services that they provide to their customers. Every one of them, not in a paragraph, mainly in a bullet point. SD-WAN, help desk, whatever they provide their customers, that data, those services will be added to the CPNzone if they're not already there. And when a business customer, is looking for a service that you provide, it will match it up, and then we will give that lead to that agent. So essentially, it's a lead generation program looking for small to medium-sized businesses that need a solution anywhere in the country.
So let's be clear. Let's be clear, Rick. What we're talking about is we use CPNzone to generate warm or hot leads, preferably hot leads. And then we determine, either based on the skill set and the experience that you all tell us about, yeah, and perhaps a little bit of the geographic
Right.
locality,
Yeah,
how
geographic.
close you are to the business customer, and then we give you the lead to run with it and close the sale. This is nothing about us stealing leads from you or taking your leads and passing them to a different partner.
Right. This is something that we're going to be pushing really hard and heavy next year to being a master agent, or excuse me, a principal agent, most of them just want you to sign up and then they wait for you to sell something.
Yes.
We are wanting to do this differently. We want you to sign up, which people are watching this have already done that. But we also want to help you get sales. And there's no cost for this service. There's no reduced commission because we found a hot, warm lead. This is a service to make you happy and keep our agents moving forward next year.
So, I mean, what we're asking folks to do is do accept the telephone call and email contact from Melissa, yeah, and give her all the information she's asking for. Because, there are gaps in our knowledge. There's certainly gaps in my knowledge. I don't know all the services and solutions that every single one of our agents makes available. But if we can get this into an Excel spreadsheet or similar, we then know that if there is a lead that comes in that's specifically asking for a core competency of yours, then we know to pass the lead to you to close that lead. So please do give a little bit of time to Melissa to make sure we get the best information possible. Now, Noah, CPNzone, I mean, Rick has spent a lot of time on the website. Do we have all of the solutions on the website, or are we still waiting for some?
So no, as Rick said a second ago, what Melissa is going to do, our project manager, she's going to go through and she's going to ask all of you, what solutions do you provide? And if there happens to be a solution that we aren't already listing on CPNzone, once we get this master list of all of the different solutions that y'all provide that aren't on that website yet, we're going to throw them onto CPNzone. They're going to have their own landing pages. And something that you'll notice from many of the solutions that are already on there is there's a corresponding YouTube video to really explain to the end customer what this solution does and how it would help them in the end run. And so what we're going to do with these solutions that aren't on the website yet that you provide to Melissa, some of those we're going to even add a video to and really push these solutions that y'all are selling to help y'all get more sales.
And Noah, I notice while you've been talking there, Rick's pulled up a couple of screens of CPNzone. Rick, would you like to walk us through the navigation?
Sure thing. This is the main homepage, as you can tell. This is just a general overview of what CPNzone is for. You'll notice that we are listing a lot of services out here on here, as well as the solutions up here as well. When a customer comes to the site and is looking for a service, they can either type in a code that they've seen on a video, or they can go straight to the solution. In this case, let's put in GPS for GPS tracking and telematics, and it will come up with the page that code sends people to eventually. So here's the telematics page, and there's David Starr doing the video. And then this shows the solution. And then this is where they fill out the form. So some simple questions, nothing major. And in the future, when we get these leads from the customers, the end users, remember, right now it's an email, but soon we have another brand new project called CPN Hub, or for short, the Hub. All of these leads will be in that section. They will be in the Hub, and our agents will be able to log in and work the leads from the Hub, probably early next year. This talks about our Team Texas relationship, which I know we've brought up a little bit. Remember, if our agents ever want to utilize their facility to do an event or to do a team building event to drive cars around the track, please feel free to use them. You're going to get a sizable discount because we partner up. But know that he's there for us to use, and it's a phenomenal facility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we've already talked about this before, but it's worth mentioning that people are having such a good time. It doesn't feel like a conversation is a hard sell. Folks are open to a conversation about business while talking about NASCAR and families and just generally relaxing. So it's well worth your while considering having some kind of event with Team Texas, either with your own staff or with prospects or existing customers to upsell and cross-sell and renew and continue that relationship you have with your customers. But of course, we're still talking about CPNzone just now in particular. So just to reiterate, this is a public website. It's not behind, it's not password protected. It's not behind a firewall. So, we are going to be doing our best with SEO and other various methods of drawing people's attention to it. Noah will be front and center of this as well with pay-per-click or social media and getting this site in front of business customers. So this is all about lead generation. It's not to help us per se, but it's to try and get more leads that we can then pass to you based on your core competencies so that you can then run with these hot leads and close more business. So everybody wins. I noticed that Rick has filled up our YouTube channel as well, that we've renamed CPNzone as well. Rick, what are we using this for?
This is a really good host of all of the video commercials that Noah and you and the team have created, talking about the different solutions. As you can kind of go through this, you can understand there's lifecycle management. Here's POTS replacement, M2M, GPS tracking. As you can see, there's a lot of them in here. And anytime we add something new, it's going to be added to, of course, this page. As you can see, there's a lot of really good content in here. We would also ask, if you would follow us, please. We only have 84 people following us, but yet we have 500 people in our system. So come on, follow us. We need it. Noah will do a dance for you when we get to 100.
Yes, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. You'll see
Yes.
all of our latest content. We're always putting out shorts that are displaying why end customers need to use these solutions. And as you see right there with many of the most recent videos, those are all videos that are on the actual landing pages on CPNzone. And as I stated earlier, as you send this list of solutions over to Melissa of the solutions, all the different solutions that you offer, if there's not already a landing page on CPNzone, we're going to get a landing page up there, and we're going to consider making a video for that specific solution to give these end customers a great idea about exactly what your solution is and how it would help their business.
You bet. So I just want to reiterate that. I mean, it's all about search engine optimization, SEO. And if you help us by subscribing, getting your wife, your partner, your children, Auntie Flo, and whoever your next door neighbor to subscribe, you will be helping our SEO, which helps us get in front of more prospects, which helps you get more leads. So please do as Noah says, subscribe to CPNzone YouTube channel. Okay, listen, thank you so much to Rick Stapp and to Noah Weber for joining us today.
Glad to be here or there, or I guess I'm here and you're there. So
Yes, we're all
we're
together.
all
We're
here.
all together. All righty then. Well, listen, thank you so much to Rick and to Noah for being with us. Let's go back to Shelley. Hey, Shelley, I believe you got one special offer for us that's running from now through the end of December.
This is a new offer that runs now until the end of December.
Thank you, Shelley. Appreciate you telling us about this one. Do you have any plans for the next week or so?
Just getting ready for Christmas. We do have another performance coming up with clients. And how about you?
Well, it just seems so soon. I have managed to do a little bit of Christmas shopping, but of course, most of it online for convenience. And I feel bad about
Yes.
that because I'd rather support the local retail businesses. So when I get time, perhaps on Wednesday evening or Saturday during the day, I'm going to go downtown and try and buy some presents there, if you like. But certainly, I'm looking forward to a few days between Christmas and New Year. Quite often, I work during these days. I'm going to try and avoid it and actually spend time with my children in particular. Want to let everybody know that our next episode is on December 18th. It'll be a Christmassy themed episode, and then of course we'll have a break until the beginning of January before we continue. Want to remind folk that are watching the recording of this on YouTube, please remember to subscribe. And of course, you won't always get all the information that partners of ConectUS get. The live version of this is, of course, when we give out all the confidential information. But if you'd like more information, get in touch with us, info@connectus.com. And if you're interested in becoming an agent, have a conversation with us and you can get access to that confidential, more interesting information. And of course, you get to hear Shelley in all of her glory actually giving you the financial details of these offers that, of course, are obfuscated in the recording that we put out on YouTube. Shelley, thank you so much for being with us today. Look forward to seeing you one more time before Christmas. Thank you to Josh and Noah and to Rick for coming on the show today. Look forward to seeing you all on the 18th. Take care.